Good evening, folks. This is week 13 of the NFL. And also, week 13 of I Know NFL Picks. I'm Dusan Naumovic, your host, and I'm glad you're watching. All right, so today is Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I hope you had a lot of turkey and other good stuff. Some great games today. Detroit again, another tough loss for them. Sorry to the Lions fans. And Green Bay, man, Jordan Love had a great game today. 4 touchdowns. I believe he had 4 touchdowns. Yeah, 4 touchdown passes. And Micah Parsons, 2.5 sacks. Man, as a Cowboys fan, every time I see it, it hurts, But we'll get to the Cowboys soon because that Micah Parsons trade might have been worth it. We're going to find out. We're finding out right now that it wasn't bad for sure, but it might have been great. So the Lions are in a tough position now. They're 7-5, and they play the Cowboys next week, who are 6-5-1 now, and that game might be for the last wild card spot. A little early for that, but if the Cowboys win, Detroit is in big trouble at 7-6, because the Cowboys will be 7-5-1, and I don't know. I'm sorry to Lions fan, but I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm praying to God that the Cowboys beat the snot out of Detroit next week. Anyway, the Cowboys, huge victory. Thank you, Lord. Huge victory. It looks like all the moves Jerry Jones made are paying off. Jadeveon Clowney, Queenan, I keep getting his name wrong. Keenan maybe. Queenan. I'm sorry, man. I love this guy, and I'm no disrespect. But anyway, Williams, man, this guy, he has become the heart of the defense already. And, of course, Osa's been there. He's always been, right at the heart of it, too. And Overshown is playing well. He's healthy. Kenny Clark, Logan Wilson, boy, all these guys that just added to the defense over the last couple of weeks. That defense is tough now. That defense is no joke. And they shut down Kansas City after the first quarter pretty much. Kansas City had had a late score in the fourth quarter. But Dallas outgained them 24-14 points since the first quarter and shut down a lot of drives for the Chiefs. And everybody knows I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan, and he played really well, but it wasn't enough. And Dak Prescott, other than an interception, had a terrific game. I think 320 yards passing, a couple of touchdowns. Mahomes had 4 touchdown passes. But Dak Prescott had more yards and more consistent drives. And then, of course, the unsung hero of the Cowboys, Javonte Williams, wow. And then, of course, the new heir, Coryell, with C.D. Lamb and George Pickens and that offensive line that's doing a tremendous job. I am just in love with these Cowboys. I am, whether they make the playoffs or not, I like this team a lot. This team's finally got fight in it. And, man, they just beat back-to-back the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, last year's Super Bowl participants. I mean, I can't believe I'm even saying that. And it wasn't a fluke, They actually won in the trenches and outperformed them in terms of yardage and overall play. There were a couple of suspicious calls here and there on both sides, and I'm sure people are going to be talking about that. And that's just part of the game. Happens every week. We all know Kansas City's gotten a lot of breaks this season. And the Cowboys got a couple today. But they also played really, really well. Chiefs are an awesome team, and I hope they still make the playoffs. And, it might be far-fetched to say Cowboys-Chiefs Super Bowl, but it's very far-fetched, actually. But, that would be a fun rematch. It's not who I'm predicting in the Super Bowl. Unless I'll say this, though. If the Chiefs and the Cowboys make the playoffs, they probably going to be pretty big favorites to get into the Super Bowl because they're battle hardened, both of them already, But in the AFC, I'm looking at New England right now to get to the Super Bowl. I love that team. I just love that team. I was betting on Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh got some things to fix. Anyway, enough of that. All right, right now we got what we got going on are the Bengals and the Ravens. What I see right now, the Bengals are up 26-14, and it's the fourth quarter, so we'll see what happens there. Joe Burrow back. Joe Burrow is back. We'll see. All right, and then tomorrow, big game for the Bad News Bears against the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. I think Philly's going to win this game. The Bears are looking at a really tough schedule for the remainder of the season. I think the Bears are going to have a drop-off. I think Philly's going to beat them, and then they got a few other games. They're probably I'm sorry, Chicago. It's my hometown, but I call it like I feel it and see it. And, you know, Chicago's got 6 games left, and they're probably going to lose 3 to 4 out of those 6 remaining games. All right. I hope they don't, though. I hope they don't, and I mean that. Okay, so Cardinals at the Buccaneers. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are blessed because team's falling apart a little bit. They're blessed. They're in a lousy division, probably the worst division in football, and that division could possibly be one with a losing record, which shouldn't be allowed, but it's a divisional layout, so what are we going to do? All right, they should beat up on the Cardinals, though, and get their record up to 7-5. I don't think the Buccaneers end up with a losing record. You know, I love the Bucs. So. All right, Falcons at the Jets. The Jets, today I named the team of the future with all those first-round picks. Had a nice conversation with a friend of mine that lives in New York City, and he's a big Jets fan, so, you know, wish the best for the Jets for him. He's a good guy, and I hope his Jets prosper in the coming years. The Falcons, that's a mess. I don't know. So much promise early in the season. They lost Penix for the season. Kirk Cousins is in. And we know he can win games, so we'll see. You know, I'm going to have to call the Falcons on this. They're going to win this one. Texans at the Colts. I'm looking for the Colts to rebound, win this game. Texans got a great defense. Colts have a very good defense, too. I think Colts got a little more going on the offense, of course. Texans' offense suffering big time. I'm going to go with the Colts at home. Jaguars at the Titans. Jags should win this. There's nothing to talk about here. Titans are, it's just a sad story. And then we got the Rams, right now the best team in football with the Patriots. And right now the 2 Super Bowl favorites from my perspective. Rams look really good, but, you know, it's so reliant on the arm of Matthew Stafford, and we'll see how that goes, you know, if he has the stamina to keep it up, you know, because he is older, and hopefully he won't get injured. But the Rams should walk all over the Panthers. Saints at the Dolphins. The resurgent Dolphins. I'm looking for Dolphins to win at home against the Saints, and I think they'll make it 3 straight. And then we got the 49ers at the Browns. Brock Purdy's about to get beat up by CMC, Christian McCaffrey, for telling what I heard. I didn't hear it myself, but I heard he told McCaffrey, try to catch the ball next time or something like that, or you should have caught the ball or whatever. And McCaffrey said he felt like punching him in the nose. Maybe I'm paraphrasing. Anyway, this is rumor. I don't know if I actually have, you know, I don't have a bibliography on this, what I say. So nothing is verifiable that comes out of this mouth on this show. Just know that. This is a fun show. This is not an academic journal. This is not JSTOR.org. Okay? All right, so 49ers should beat the Browns, but Shadur Sanders, my dude, the son of my dude, I should say, Dion, who I love so much, he played well last week. I've been calling it all year. I was going to give the kid a chance, and man, he looked good. Myles Garrett loved it, and I loved it too. That long pass he threw was, God, I think that was like 55 or 60 yards, and man, it was right on the money too. That was beautiful, that bomb. Let's see some more of that. 49ers at the Browns. You know what? I'm going to call this upset. I don't like Purdy. I never liked Purdy. And now that I hear him talking to McCaffrey like that, it kind of reinforces what I thought about him. I thought he was kind of like that, just by his posturing. Maybe I'm wrong. God forgive me, but I shouldn't judge anybody because we're not supposed to judge anybody. But, take the plank out of your own eye before you tell your brother to take the speck out of his. So here I am, dishonoring my Lord. All right, so hopefully he'll forgive me. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Browns over the 49ers. Then we got the Vikings at the Seahawks. Vikings are in disarray. You would think, well, this is a cocky organization. I mean, they should be ashamed of themselves. Sorry, but they went 14-2, and then they got obliterated in a playoff game, and they blame everything on Sam Darnold, and they get rid of him, basically publicly humiliate him. Guy goes 14-2, instead of rewarding him with a bonus or a contract, they ship him off, and that was a big mistake. J.J. McCarthy's a mess. I had big hopes, but hopefully he can put it together. But usually when they start off this bad, it usually doesn't get much better. But it can, JJ, if you're listening, work hard, because hard work usually pays off. And so I'm expecting the Seahawks, who have Sam Darnold, coming back, or they'll be in Seattle. We got Minnesota coming. I'm looking for Sam Darnold to light up the Vikings defense. And it's a beautiful story. The NFL is full of these beautiful, dramatic stories. Had a brain lapse for a second. I was going to say something. I can't remember what I was going to say. So there it is. Bills at the Steelers. This will be a fun game to watch. Both teams are on the downslide, and I expect both of them to pick up. I don't have confirmation that Aaron Rodgers is going to play. I'm going to go with the Bills here. They're just a better team, but I had high hopes for the Steelers. Who knows? They might win. It's tough to go into Pittsburgh and beat them. Then we got the Raiders at the Chargers. Raiders just falling apart completely. Got rid of Chip Kelly, their offensive coordinator. The Chargers are really not as good as I thought they were. They started off really hot, but other head coaches and coordinators have found holes in them, and they're not looking too good lately. But the Chargers should win that. Broncos at the Commanders. Look at the Broncos will win this easily. Commanders have completely fallen apart. And the Giants at the Patriots. Man, the Giants play hard every week. This team's going to be good next year. I believe they're going to have a winning record next year. And they're going to get up against Patriots in New England. And Drake May, that's my dude, man. Drake May and company. I don't think they're going to slaughter them. I don't have any homie to clown specials other than, I don't know. I can't label this the homie to clown special, but I'll pick the Patriots. Let me do a quick review, see if I have a homie to clown special for you guys. Because I love homie. And homie says it and does it like he sees it. All right, so I'll tell you, Rams over the Panthers. I guess maybe Panthers not that bad though. So the Rams are that good, but I don't know if that's quite a homie to clown special. Maybe the Jaguars over the Titans, but I don't trust the Jaguars. Honestly, no homie to clown special this week. Sorry, folks. That's usually my sure pick. Of course, I'm not guaranteeing any of your bets. Don't call me. Don't email me. You can comment in the comments section all you want. But if you make a bet, that's on you. You're taking a risk with your money. I don't recommend it. But I'm going to close the show now. And again, hope all of you had a great Thanksgiving. And, love everyone, be kind to everyone, and forgive everyone. Life is much easier that way. Hate is draining, and it kills the soul. It destroys the soul. And life is much easier when you know, you take the high road with your brother. And I say this every week, and I'll say it again: is we all need to look out for each other. Don't put I'm number one. Is that's bad? That's bad. No, no. Help a stranger. Help your brother. Help your sister. Help your neighbor. Help a friend. Help an enemy. Help everybody. And if we all look out for each other, no one's alone. But when everybody's looking out for number one, everyone's alone. That's why there's so much depression. Because take care of me first, me first. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. I've been around long enough. I have people that I know, friends, whatever, ex-friends that have done it. It's destroyed them. It's destroyed them. Being selfish, greedy, hoarding. I have a cousin like that. I'm not going to say his name, but anyway, don't even want to go there. It's Thanksgiving. I don't want to badmouth anybody, so. All right. Anyway, have a good night. Thanks for watching. Bye.